Hey, what is up? I am the Gut Shot Greaser and welcome to another episode of the Gut Shot Greaser Reviews. Today, continuing with my series of homebrew gel types, we'll be taking a look at SIDEPART Syndicate by Pomp unit. Hanafi Napi of Jonker Buddies, formerly was making Flor de la Mar, an unorthodox water-based pomade, has come up with a new formula for a gel type. And let's get right into his first try of this. We have a 100-gram clear glass jar. As you can see, there's a translucent lime green pomade in it. The label is also very green. First look at it, it seems quite Irish to me. I don't think that's what he was going for, but it looks like a very Irish design and colors. As you can see, that's the design there. Three guys in bowler hats, looking very dapper gangsters from the 1920s. The label is quite glossy, so the light is reflecting on it. Can't really see. It's not really picking up on the camera, but you've got SIDEPART Syndicate there by Pomp unit, and on the side, SIDEPART Syndicate by Pomp unit, water-based, Stronghold Natural Shine. On this side, it has the ingredients and directions. One thing to note on the ingredients list is it specifies a paraben-free preservative. I'm not too sure if all preservatives are paraben-free, but since it's specified, paraben-free is a good thing for your hair. Alright, and this is what it looks like on the inside. When I first got it, it was quite, as you can see on the island left in the middle there, scooping around the sides, it is quite bubbly on the top. That is, I was talking to Hanafi Napi, that is something he needs to look into, because in the beginning, when first coming across homebrew gel types, I thought that the bubbles on top distinguished it from regular factory-made gel types, because factory made were all very smooth and clean on top. And looking at bubbles, oh, it's a homebrew gel type. But bubbles doesn't really work. Scooping the top layer. When you get bubbles, there's air in it. So when there's air, I think it makes it a little dry. So that is something to look into it, to avoid getting bubbles in there. Talking to brewers, that's what I've learned. The scent, going along with everything green, it is a lime scent. A very clean, refreshing, very limey scent. I'm not into fruity scents, as you know, I've always said that. But a citrus scent is very refreshing. Quite nice. Scooping it up, you get a very thick pomade. Not difficult to scoop, but you do feel a difference compared to factory made. It is, as I said, a little bit dry, so I'm applying it to damper than normal hair. I've tried it in the beginning, on slightly damp to dry hair. It didn't apply very well. There was a lot of tug and pull and a lot of broken hairs. So doing this review, I decided to wet it further. Now, in slightly wet hair, it makes up for the lack of moisture in the pomade, so it applies very well. Now, the first time I tried it, as dry as it felt, it was the first thing I told Hanafi. He advised me to go a little damper, and yeah, that's what I did, and it worked out better. The lime scent is really filling up the room. Very nice and refreshing. Yeah, I think that will do. Everything was bad on my first experience when the hair was a little too dry. From application to the slicking back process. But in my opinion, it still is a little dry, which for his first effort is something that he could improve on. Because when applying on very damp hair, as you know, a water base does tend to have a less hold. So you want a good balance of hold. So you want, yeah, I prefer it a little bit more moisturized, I guess. I'll go with a simple contour because, as I said, in very damp hair, I'm not gonna really pull it up very high. I think that'll do. Yeah. Right. Oh, there's another pop-up. Now you guys, when you're combing your hair, always you want everything to be as neat as possible when using pomade. So take note of the back as well, as much as you can. I see some guys who've got very nice pomps up front, but they have kind of a mess down the back. Now, even though you can't see the back, everyone else, the whole world behind you, is going to notice it. So work a little on the back too. Oh yeah, as it is drying up right now, especially on the sides, because the sides don't, because of the shorter sides, it holds less moisture. I can really feel, as you can see, it's starting to stiffen up. But of course, I'm in a cold room, so it will definitely harden up, crunchy, rock hard, in an air-conditioned room, but I'll get into it in a normal daily use. Right, I'll call it done and pump check. Yeah, the sides are really tight and quite a decent shine, as you can see under the light here, but that is right now and it's quite damp. The shine, of course, will dry out once it hits air conditioning. But the thing to note about this pomade, about SIDEPART Syndicate, is in a normal condition, yeah, that's what I want to talk about. A daily use without driving, just being at home under the fan, or any kind of humid weather, it will stay sticky. It'll have a grippy, sticky feel. You feel like, won't it dry up? But it won't, unless you're gonna hit some air conditioning. But throughout the day, as long as you're in a normal environment, you're gonna have a nice, sticky, heavy feeling grip on your hair. For me, my sides might puff out a little, but for you guys who have straighter, finer hair, it won't be a problem. Everything will stay in place, and the good thing is you can decently recomb it without water. Because of the stickiness, it'll comb tight now and then, but you won't get a totally crunchy feel unless air conditioned. Right. So that would be quite a character of homebrewed gel types I find now. All pomades work better in air condition, but for a gel type, it will usually remain malleable, soft, and recombable throughout the day in a normal situation. There'll be a little more shine to it too, and if it doesn't harden up crunchy. The thing I mentioned to Hanafi was about it having a little bit lack of moisture. He might have to look into that, but otherwise everything else about this pomade is satisfying. I personally like the green, the design, the Irish feel of it, even though it's just Irish for me, I guess. But there is a sense of style going on in the design here, which aesthetics always please me. This is a nice one. Right, Hanafi, and you guys, hope you give SIDEPART Syndicate by Pomp Unit a try. Contact Hanafi or any resellers going out there. Yeah, give it a try. Some good stuff here. Right, until I see you on the next episode of another homebrewed gel type, you take care and pomp hard. Ciao.